welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Nickie Poo. Today we're going to talk about some Fazos. I don't even know where that name came from, tell you the truth, honestly. It's just a catchy name. And I just continue on with it. But they're just Air Force Ones. That's all it is, right? So, in my day, telling my age, you know, growing up in the 80s was so cool. You know, everything was just booming. The hip hop era, you know, people just trying to find a way to have fun, you know, make something of themselves, do different things. You know, people just started, you know, being individuals, right? Rap music coming out and you know, able to tell your story, right? So it was great. It was such fun times. Breakdancing was coming out. You know, it was so much fun, right? So sneakers really started taking off. And in the beginning, it wasn't like a whole lot to choose from, right? Then you started having brands come out like British Nikes and Lottos and Elises, and I mean, it's so many. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head, but you know, all these brands just tried to come out with different shoes, but only certain shoes stuck. Of course, Nike stuck, and then when Jordans come out in mid 80s, you know, then Jordans kind of took over, you know. But there's one shoe that just won't go away, right? Kind of like the All-Star Chuck Taylors, right? They last forever. Not very expensive, and this is one of the reasons why this shoe really stuck and took off, is because it didn't cost that much. It wasn't a shoe that broke the bank, you know. It was a very, very clean white shoe that when you put this shoe on, this brand new shoe, you put this shoe on, it just looks so good, so clean. It just shine, that white just like pow. When you walk in a room, the first thing they gravitate to is your feet, you know. That's what this shoe did. You know, you had a good, clean, white shoe. And like I say, it didn't break the bank. You know, back then, most of our parents couldn't afford to buy us new shoes all the time like now. That's why a lot of people, I think, became sneakerheads and collectors, because when they grew up back then, it wasn't like you could buy every shoe or get whatever shoe you want or whatever. You was lucky. You got what, 2 pairs of shoes for the whole school year. You know, and usually it was a black pair and a white pair. Something that you could wear with everything, you know. We wasn't rolling like that, you know. You know, it wasn't like we didn't want to roll like that. It was, you couldn't afford it. So this was like one of the shoes that you can afford. And even back then when we used to wear these, when these shoes got dirty, because you know you only could wear these a couple of times, and after that, you know, it kind of loses flavor. It don't look as good, right? So what people used to do was customize them. They used to paint them, design them, so you could get more wears out of it, right? You use your creativity on an old pair. You get you another new pair of white ones, and then you take your old pair and you just start customizing them. We did that way back. I remember a pair of British Nikes that I painted and customized. Just playing around. I mean, that's just what we did. We made it work. We did what we had to do. That was through the struggles, right? We wasn't rich, you know. But hey, you don't have to look crazy, you know, just because you don't have money to buy new shoes all the time. You improvise. You do different stuff. Same thing with your clothes, right? You don't have money to buy a whole wardrobe of clothes, so what you do is you start cutting and designing and sewing and making your own stuff, being creative. We improvised. That's what we did. And that's how the fashion world kind of took off in our community, because they were looking at us and was like, hey, man, look what they wearing. Look what they doing. You know, a lot of ideas were stolen back then. A lot of it, you know, and that's just what they did. And they do the same thing kind of now, but it's just on a different scale, right? But these shoes stand the test of time to this day. For me, what really set it off was Nelly. You know, Nelly was my guy. He come out with that song, I need 2 pair. You know what I'm saying? Get me 2 pair so I could get to stepping in my Air Force Ones. You know, so this kind of like really set it off. And then, you know, Joe, I was unfortunate I couldn't get the Terror Squads that he dropped, the baby blue ones and the black and white. I couldn't even get a pair of those Terror Squads. But you know, stuff like that, it just takes you back. Nostalgia. All this is nostalgia, right? Got my 2 pair, you know. I got more than 2 pairs of white Air Force Ones though. But I kind of got them on different styles. But these are the same exact pair and I got 2 pair, right? But then Drake, right? Drake come out with a simple pair of Air Force Ones, white, called Lover Boys, right? Got the heart design right there, you know. But the leather on these, whew, these are some good leather on here. You can wear these more than 2 times because the leather on here is so nice. That knocked the symbol in the shoe, you know. I mean, just yeah. Drake got a pair. Then Supreme got a pair. Simple Air Force Ones. Throw a little name on it, right? Look at that. Just throw a little name on it. Now this one right here got me. Even Travis Scott. Is that the thing now? Everybody got to have a pair of Air Force Ones. Just throw your little name on there or your little branding on there and you in like Flynn. Because you know they got 1,000,001 pairs of Air Force Ones. You got to keep these stocked. You got to keep these stocked. People went crazy. We thought, I'm going to tell you, I was one of them because I was thinking I was going to get Drake material for these Travis Scotts. No, these are the basic white G Fazos with a stamp. Looked like somebody took a marker and wrote Utopia. But that just goes to show how popular Air Force Ones are, right? Now these, I love these. These them Nalas, right? 604 area code. Beautiful. Patent leather. Simple white Air Force Ones, but they switched up on the material. These are patent leather. Beautiful. It's a different shoe. Same shoe, but different shoe, right? Look at this. This one they was coming out with this new design called Double Air. I don't know what that meant, but it was pretty cool. Looked like you got double soles. And you got this when they did the anniversary for hip hop. Black and white pair. Look at that. Bronx Origins. Hey, that's what it was. It was the hip hop era. G Fazos. What does that mean? Somebody tell me, what does that mean? Air Force Ones. Man, they threw some Jackie Robs on the Air Force One. Look at that design. Looks like a baseball. Look at that. dirt from the dugout. Picket fence. Look at the design. Creativity, guys. On basic Air Force Ones. Look at that. Changed up on the material. The swoosh is the jersey material. Look at that 42. Embroidered. Look at that embroidered 42. G Fazos. What in the world does that mean? Suede. Change the material. Look at that. Suede. Look at that. Made it a little more classy. Got little gold details on it. Look at that. G Fazos. What does that mean? Now you start getting into some colors, right? Let's get out of the white. Throw some more colors on there. Let's see what they think about this. Along with the color, the material. You got suede and this leather on here. Chocolates. Chocolates. Chocolate G Fazos. What does that mean? Blue. Just throw some color on there. Look like a new shoe. But all it is a G Fazo. Tell me, what does that mean? Now we got to get to the women, right? We got to bring the women into the community. We got to rope them in. And how do we do that? Look at that. We throw some beads on there, some quilted leather on there, tumbled leather, little color, little jewels. Bedazzle. That's what you got to do. Put some different laces in there. You gotta attract the ladies. And how do you do that? You gotta bedazzle them. That's what you gotta do. Bedazzle them. That's what you gotta do. Then you come out with this one, right? Look at that. Hand beaded. Premium goods. That's what you do. Quilted. Look at that quilted leather. That's what you gotta do. Look, put a little gold on there, the gold tips on the laces. That's what you gotta do. Bring the women to the G Fazos. What does that mean? More color. More colors. Now you gotta add more and more colors, right? Not just one color. Throw another color on there. Then another color. You gotta get them all. Catch them all. Ooh-wee. That ATL fire. That heat. Look at that. ATL. See that? Gotta represent. Gotta represent. More color. More color. So now you gotta attract them all, right? And you come out with this recyclable material shoes. Light, comfy. You gotta get the people who want the comfy feet. You know? You gotta attract them all. And you do it all on what? G Fazos. What does that mean? Somebody tell me, what does G Fazo mean? Put it in the comment. Help a girl out. Because all it is for me is Air Force Ones. So I could get to stepping in my Air Force Ones. Guys, I just had to show you the G Fazos / Air Force Ones that are in my collection. So until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified on my next video. Until then, this is Nickie Poo and I'm out. Peace. So I can get this